Good afternoon. This is going to be the weekly twin flame reading, and sorry if you hear birds and dogs, and I've got my windows open in my house. It's finally warm enough in Indiana the past 2 days where it's not raining and it's in the 70s and I can actually have my windows open, so you're going to hear all kinds of things. And over the weekend I actually had made another twin flame video. Sorry. And I was in very lower energies when I made it, because I had a very, very rough weekend. And my spiritual guidance was and I was hoping at the time that I made it that it could help somebody else, but my spirit, after trying to upload it like 3 times and it not uploading, I decided that that was my spiritual sign and indication that I was not supposed to upload that video. So I am in higher vibrations now. In fact, welcome to the 5D. I made it to the 5D officially. And with that being said, I have so much information to share, and I'm really feeling very balanced, and so I feel really good to do this twin flame reading today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Excuse me, my allergies are bothering me. We have the 5 of staves, and right away the energy I got with this was a competitive, fear-based, envious type of energy. Being very competitive, and I really believe that this has to do with whatever your divine partner is doing right now. Whether he's ghosted you for someone else or there have been many others, this is that whole competition energy of what do they have that I don't, kind of stalking, kind of watching them on social media and really being concerned with what your divine partner is doing and trying to measure up. And I am here to tell you that that is the exact opposite of what you should be doing. If you've watched my other twin flame reading, you will know that I do not focus on your divine partner. If you're watching this video, then this video is for you. I'm not going to tell you what they're doing, what their energy is. You want to know why? Because they are you. They're basically our shadow side, showing us our fears and whatever our self-limited beliefs are. So to focus on them pushes them further away. What you want to do is you want to focus on yourself, and a lot of times we focus on them and what they're doing in the physical realm to avoid doing our own work. Because this is an inner journey to the soul. This has nothing to do with romance, and this has absolutely nothing to do with what they're doing in the physical. I know I never understood this. This used to drive me crazy, but I have been in the 5D now, and I've seen it. It's almost... if you don't resonate with anything else from this video, resonate with the fact and trust and believe me when I say you are together in the 5th dimension, working together. And the whole time you are having your simulations, your physical illusions, your demos, as I like to call them, your divine partner is also having theirs. And so a lot of times we're not even on the same timeline, because we're out of energetic alignment. And when that happens, I know a lot of times I would send a text and wouldn't get a reply back. And then when we did finally talk, you know, he would say, I never got any text messages from you. So I have learned that the whole time that you're out of energetic alignment, and you've got to be out of energetic alignment, because if you were aligned, you would be together. That a lot of times the shit that you're taking personally is not even happening on the timeline that you're on anyway. I'm going to get more into it. Sorry, my neighbor's dogs are going crazy. I have to shut that door. To clarify that, we have the River, the Movement card. And so the energy that you need to be in is that you need to go with the flow. I know when my divine partner first like left me for another woman. Like, not just fucking around with, but left me. Said he didn't want to see me anymore. Left me for another woman. I was devastated, and I like to walk by the river where I live. God, hold on. Wow. That is just crazy. All right. So when he actually left me, I'm so sorry. It's so unprofessional, but it was loud. Those dogs are going crazy. The message that I got when I walked down by the river and understand I was devastated was go with the flow. So like the theme for my entire twin flame journey has been go with the flow. And when you go with the flow, you don't judge or analyze or obsess about anything that's happening in the physical realm. That is key. That is pivotal to you shifting into a higher vibration and moving up the timelines to a higher timeline. The key is to not obsess about, not talk about, not focus on, not try to figure it out, not think about it, not be upset about it whatsoever, whatever's happening in the physical realm. Focus on yourself. That is the key. And if you don't believe me, try it. We have the Princess of Swords. And with the Princess of Swords, this is that mental energy, that mental conflict of being so focused on your divine partner. It's a drug. It's an addiction. This is a codependency that you're going to have to clear. And you might even have to go cold turkey because you want to know what your fear-based ego's drug of choice is. The physical form of your twin flame. And that is where it gets its biggest hit and its biggest Jones. So with that being said, you really have to starve that out, and you might even have to go cold turkey for a while. And to be completely honest with you, when our twin flame ghosts us with someone else, that is your mutual soul, because remember, you're working together. It's your soul's gift to you. See, we want to judge it as bad. Oh, Lord, they're not with us. It's something I did wrong. Something's wrong with me. But no, it's a gift. It's a gift to you to give you the space and the time and the energy to do your inner work. Because that's what this is all about. It is not about getting the boy or the girl. To clarify that card, we have bad truth makes good fantasy. To be prolific, be versatile. Art is the methadone of the masses. So the first thing I got from that bad truth is, even when you're listening to my videos, do only take what resonates. Learn to use discernment. Because there's a lot, and I'm not going to talk about anybody, but there's a lot of false information out there on the internet about twin flames. The absolute key to magnetizing your twin flame back to you is not focusing on the twin flame. Because it's energy. You know, imagine a teeter-totter, and you're on one side and your twin flame's on the other side. Okay? Now, they pull all the way away, then your side of the teeter-totter goes all the way up. Okay? Then they start coming in a little bit. And if it's like my connection, he's in and out, in and out, in and out. He has completely left me before. But for the most part, he's in and out, in and out. So, you got this teeter-totter, and then your twin flame comes in, and then the teeter-totter goes up a little bit. But then you get all excited about it. And you're just like, oh, wow, you know, tell all your friends you're so excited. He's back, she's back, or whatever. And then guess what happens? The teeter-totter goes all the way down again. So what you have to do is try to get in the middle. Okay, that's the reason why I don't do those kind of twin flame readings where I talk about what they're doing, because you're not supposed to be worried about that anyway. Because this is about you, not about them. Okay, so bad truth makes good fantasy. So kind of what I was getting with that was a lot of that bullshit that's out there on the web that you'll run into. And understand, What I have learned is every twin flame teacher teaches from their journey. Okay, every journey is individual. So what works for them might not work for you, which is why you really, and understand, I've had several twin flame teachers on this journey, but I keep outgrowing them. Okay, I've kept outgrowing them, and I've gotten to where now I just really plug in myself to get the information myself now, of what is real and what isn't. And this is that to be prolific, be versatile. That is that same energy of going with the flow. Be versatile, because I'm telling you, whatever you believe to be true is true. So realize that. You're creating as you go along, and you're doing that with your fears. We have the Justice card, which is Athena. This is that whole balancing thing. Because what do you do when you get justice? It gets balanced. So this is that teeter-totter that I was talking about. That whole going up and down, up and down. And I even reached a whole new level of understanding over the weekend, because I said I had a very bad weekend. Well, I had yet another ego death, and I'm hoping it's the last ego death, because, man, I can't take anymore. But when that happened, all of my fears came up, because, see, I understand this process. I understand how it works. But what I was doing was, when something physical would come up, I'd say, I know it's not true. I know I attracted this somehow. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Well, the whole time I still have fears that I was feeling, and that I was really in my feelings about, that I did not honor, and they exploded over the weekend. And guess what? I took it out on him, which kind of like freaked me out more, because I was like, oh my God, the teeter-totter, the seesaw, what now? But you know what? That seemed to be exactly what needed to happen. And the reason why I tell you that was the very fact, okay, this is deep as hell. There's layers to this. The very fact that I was scared to show my emotions, that I wanted to be positive the whole fucking time, no matter what was happening, because I was scared I was going to lose him, was what? Codependency playing in the background. And plus, I faced all those fears over the weekend, plus the fear of losing him, until I finally made it to that fifth dimension, which I'm telling you, I got there, where I actually saw that I cannot lose him, that we're actually working together this whole time. So now I'm unbothered. So you see what I'm saying? Don't judge things as good or bad. That is another key, and I'll get to that. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Really take a look at what you believe love is. What do you believe a relationship looks like? Really take a long look at it, because this is not an ordinary relationship. So if you are thinking, and I have just recently checked myself of this, and I'm still doing it, I'm being very, very mindful. If you were thinking, all of my dreams are going to come true when my twin flame comes to me, I will finally be happy, or I love the way my twin flame makes me feel, I just want to feel it all the time. When are they going to come towards me? When are they going to leave this partner? When are they going to come and confess their love for me? Those are all conditions. That is not love. This relationship is not going to look like your other relationships. So get rid of that fantasy. Get rid of that fairy tale right now. I had to do the same thing. So the steps that you're being guided to take are that whole focusing on yourself. Really being present, not worrying about the future, what it's going to bring with you and your twin flame, not sitting up, obsessing about them, putting yourself first, really clearing any type of traditional ideas you have about relationships. That is going to be so key here. So do those things, and I'm telling you, you will shift profoundly, but you're going to have to be very, very mindful, because you would not believe how many times a day you obsess about your twin flame until you're trying not to. It's going to be a very long video. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And this is that physical energy. This is really getting to the point where you're not bothered anymore, where you're not sitting up obsessing all the time about what the twin flame is doing, thinking, feeling, or what he knows, or if he's watching you on social media, or watching them on social media. Any of these things. All of these things, this energy here, once you get to that 10 of Pentacles, you will be out of that cycle. See, so you're almost there. See how she's reaching for it? You're moving closer and closer into the energy you need to be in. And the other message that's coming up is don't be so hard on yourself. You want to know why? Because your intention on this journey is your own ascension and becoming whole and complete on your own. And you know what? Take as much time as you need, because that's what your twin flame is doing for you. So let go of the romantic notion for right now. Focus on everything that comes up, and even the fears that come up. I was trying to avoid the fears. I was like, okay, I don't want to deal with the fears. I don't want to, but the very fact that I didn't want to deal with them, you know what? My divine team, which is composed of mine and his higher selves, are going to make sure that, because I'm very scared of that, of whatever it was that I was thinking about, guess what? I'm going to face that. And it's all right. There's no judgment, because this shit is not really happening anyway. Because we're really all in the higher dimensions right now. I'm telling you, I've seen it. It's crazy. And to clarify that card, we have Sorceress, Rituals, Power, and Will. And immediately I thought about all of the misinformation out there about manifesting your twin flame. This is one of the biggest myths, because how do you manifest yourself? You've already got yourself. And you can manifest, and I said this in one of my other videos, you can manifest anything in your life but your twin flame by focusing your intention on it. Because when you do that with the twin flame, guess what? The teeter-totter goes down. And you're trying to meet in the middle. Because if you can keep that balance in the middle, that is when you guys can come together. But you can't be doing this for that reason. And do stop trying to manifest your twin flame. It does just the opposite. This is that strength and that willpower to release the addiction, to release the stories, to release the fears. The reason why you're on this journey is because your soul knew you were ready. That is a gift in itself. So you have the strength. You are ready. But you have to take the focus off of the physical form of the twin flame. Because understand, you've had other lives where you've had other bodies and you've been other things. And you know what? You were just as crazy about them in the other body as you are now. I mean, they could be in a different body than they are now, and you still would be crazy about them. Because your soul recognized itself, and that's all right. But understand, your soul wants to be reunited with itself, and it's doing this for you. You just have to get out of the way or stop judging whatever comes up and just go with the flow. We have the Victory card. But understand, you've got to know what victory is. What is victory on the twin flame journey? Victory is being whole and complete and knowing that you have transmuted all of your fears into love and you're no longer scared. And you've always been whole and complete, but you have to realize it because you're stripping off all of the conditioning that you've taken on your whole life. In this physical form, this one. So stop being so focused on what the physical form of your twin flame is doing right now. Because it makes no difference. The focus is you. And another thing, if you don't resonate with anything else in this video, the key to this journey is focusing on yourself. You want to know why? Because your twin flame is you. When you focus on yourself, guess what? You're showing them love. That is the key to this. If I can pick it up, my nails. We have the Three of Pentacles. And this is also a very fear-based energy. And I know that often the Three of Cups is about a third-party energy. But basically what I'm getting with this are those fears, those blocks that you have that are getting in the way right now of what you want. But because you didn't have an understanding that this is an inward journey and it has nothing to do with the physical realm, you were feeding into these fears and they were materializing. And this is them right here, but you really have to face them. This is like your shadow side right now. And these are things that you've manifested. I know I manifested females that he was seeing. That, now see, we can manifest shit like that on the twin flame journey. We can manifest all kinds of stuff. Basically everything that they're doing, we have manifested. Everything that they're doing. We just can't manifest them to come to us. Because, the reason why is because true love, pure, unconditional love, and all love is unconditional, involves not having any type of expectations of the other person. So check yourself all the time. Oh, I want my twin flame to be in physical union with me. You know what? That's a condition. And you cannot be with your twin flame until all of these fears and all these conditions have been stripped away. And you will do that by, you'll just keep manifesting these situations and face them, look at them, be like, okay, what is this showing me? What lesson is this? Next. Let's move to the next. Next. But don't do it for union. Do it for you. The presence of love will always cast out fear. Yes. Yes. Once you get to the point where you're no longer obsessed with them and you're all right with them just kind of coming and going and just having like a fluid love and it not looking like any other relationship you've ever had, that you're all right with it, that is when you guys can be together. That is the twin flame paradox. Thoughts, once again, you cannot think your way through this journey. This is not a logical journey. It's not. In fact, expect to be amazed because it's so supernatural and so magical. Expect to be amazed. That is what you should expect. And understand, yes, it can be hard. As hard as we make it, put it that way. We make it harder than what it is. The twin flame is one of the toughest connections that there is. But once you understand it, you're able to navigate it better. But understand you can't get there by thinking. You have to really go within. Main male. And this is that energy I was getting up here with that competition. And this can be main female. You know, just really wanting to be exclusive, wanting to have that whole conditioned love relationship where you have rules and restrictions on each other. And you know what? All of this here is for you to get away from that type of thinking. That's fear-based thinking. So you will never be able to go back to that type of relationship. So if you're looking for something, you know, that whole conditioned, rules, restricted relationship where you each are in fear-based energy, you're not going to have that with your twin flame. In fact, you can't have that and be with them. The beginning, yes, it was beautiful. It was enough for your soul to recognize itself and to open up that core wound and start you on this journey. But it won't ever be that again. It will be better. But you have to just stop judging everything and just go with the flow. we have the clover. It says the clover leaf is a bearer of good tidings. And see, I don't read all this negative shit down here. The clover, to me, represents magic. It represents, you know, some sort of lucky charm or something that you hold on to that gives you faith, that gives you hope. And so the message that I had got earlier up here about not being skeptical, when you see things that are supernatural, don't be skeptical. Really tap in and connect to your spiritual guidance, because that is key. You cannot find the answers to this journey on Google. It's going to come from your divine team. And if you have not yet met the members of your divine team, then you need to spend some time meditating. All right, we have this postcard, Oracle postcard. Let's see, messages from Spirit. Let me see if I can get to it. Dearest you, if you allow your awareness to settle in, you will hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. That's what I was saying. The receiver for this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your girth sense, but the primary navigational system of your soul. That is perfect. You're entering the age of consciousness. It's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multidimensional beings. Spirit infuses all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on earth, where we all agreed to play. Oh, that's perfect. Today, trust your spidey sense. Read between the lines, tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show you... What word is that? Miracles. Fear not, for we are right here and Spirit loves you. Trust the invisible. Oh my God. What I have been doing with these is like I literally, and I wish I had my laptop out to where I could really pull the cards in front of you guys. I literally lay it here just like this, and it's so magical. I don't turn this over or even look at it till I get done because I don't want it to influence the reading. But wasn't that perfect? Oh my God. So the material world, the physical world is not real. Use your other senses. Really tap into your intuition, meditate and connect your spirit team, and really use discernment with anything that you hear online, including me. Make sure that it resonates with your soul, because once again, your journey is not going to look like mine. I am trying to teach from my journey. And everyone's journey is different. But if anything resonates, do definitely take it. And like I said, the things that I said definitely resonate in this video, which I can't remember now. Do make sure that you take note of those. But I'll be back next week, and hopefully we don't have as an intense energies as we had over the weekend, because I'm telling you what, I think it was that Taurus new moon really kicked my ass. And normally these energies don't get to me, that like the astrological stuff, but this one did. Every now and then one does, because I'm pretty grounded right now, I'm pretty centered, but it really kicked my ass. But I believe it's because, and I've been told and understand, I've used discernment when I read that, but I've been told, or I've read that everybody is sensitive to different energies. Not everyone will be sensitive to like the same retrograde, the same new moon, the same full moon. And the reason why that is, I believe, this is what I believe, is that, most of us are not even from this planet. We're all otherworldly. And that I believe it has to do with wherever we came from, to be honest with you, as far as what energies we're more sensitive to. And apparently Taurus is somewhere in mine. But anyway, I will be doing another twin flame reading next week. And if you would like to have a twin flame reading with me, where I can kind of let you know where you're at in your journey and let you know what's blocking you, as far as balancing that teeter-totter, my twin flame readings are $50, and I take Cash App and PayPal, and I'll put my email address in the link of the video. Thank you.